Hey there, Aqualusters. Let's check out my tanks spring 2025. We're going to start with my 10-gallon tank, which at one time looked like this. Now it looks like this. I did add a sandfall. I don't use it all the time, but it's a nice little touch. Some pink ram's horn tails and some orange, almost yellow shrimp Neurochidea. And looking for Arta, there she is, master of hiding. Got some food out there. Let's see if we can get her out for a nice pose. And off she goes. This tank is nice, right in my kitchen, in between the dining room and the kitchen. Really easy setup. Aquaclear 20 filter, and I used a little piece of plastic like this to redirect the flow, so it's not such a heavy downflow. And that's the 10-gallon tank. Next up, my UNS 35A 11-gallon cube. As you see, it really needs a good cleaning. I really haven't fallen in love with this tank. It looked like this when I first set it up, and it was just going to be a shrimp tank. And I got these Gingas guppies from a friend, and they're supposedly worth a lot of money, and they just never grew on me, but I gave some to a friend of mine, and when he put them in his tank, wow, these fish really look right in this setup with this dark water. I'm really loving them in there, but not in my tank. So I'm probably going to move on from these and give them to some more friends or sell a few, and probably rescape this tank. I want to do a low light tank with a lot of Bucephalandra and epiphyte plants and make it really simple, something, and probably move Arta in here. And this will be a really nice tank right next to my big 40 breeder, which we'll get to later. The shrimp colony is doing good, even with all these fish in there. My 29-gallon pea puffer tank. 5 pea puffers, 3 autosinkless, and these by far are my favorite fish that I keep. They all have such individual personalities, and they really do get along well, and I think it's because it's a heavily planted tank like this. I did do a pea puffer video, which I'll throw a link up in the top right here. If you want to know more about keeping pea puffers, if you want to check this carrot right out. I am battling some hair algae in this tank, mostly just coming off the wood. And this tank actually crashed on nutrients. I have a hard time getting enough fertilizer in this tank. And I think that it'll make some great content as I pull this one back. Really simple filtration again, a sponge filter from Aquarium Co-op and a Aquaclear 50 with a redirect, a nice circular flow pattern. The 29-gallon bow front tank. A lot of people really like this tank. This is the first thing you see when you walk in my front door, and this tank is right there, and it's a neat little thing. As I found a little crashed UFO, and I actually have a upside down catfish and a clown pleco in here, but you'll never see them. They only come out at night, and a lot of times I'll find somebody hiding inside the UFO. Some of these colors in these fish are absolutely amazing. These are all just mutt wild guppies, but check out this blue fish here. Young male, just starting to color up. He really stands out in the bunch. I also have a couple of swordtails in here, which were rescues that I got from a friend of mine, and there is a female in there, so hopefully we will see some babies. No, they can't cross over the guppies and the swordtails. And this one is the newer style Aquaclear 50 and a sponge filter from Aquarium Co-op. And nice big potos right out of the top of it. I always love the way this tank looked. My 40 breeder. This is how his tank started. And a few years later, it looks like this. It was only 7 fish. These guppies populated both of these tanks to 29 and this one. Still more babies constantly. High light with CO2, ton of different plants. And this tank really has gotten out of control and really needs a good trimming. So I'm going to get in there, I'm going to cut everything back and really thin this out. I'm going to move some plants around, I'm going to cut back and spread the Bucephalandra. I really think that as these things grow and they change, that's where I have a lot of fun, as I spend my time in this tank and really concentrating on it, where the other ones are much easier and don't take nearly as much maintenance. But this is where the fun is. I move that plant into the back over here. This red flame sword was doing amazing, but it was just getting too big. Cut the Bucephalandra from here and from here, and I planted it in the back over here and got rid of the tree that had the moss on it back there. I think it looks much better and much bigger and open. I put sponge guards on my intake for my filter on the top and the bottom, and that's an Aquarium Corp large sponge filter with 2 easy flow filters also. So those are my tanks, and I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you get to spend some time in your tank today and enjoy it, not always just working on it. Sometimes the fun is being in the tank, but sometimes just sitting and watching is really the best. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and enjoy the view.